I am now fully convinced that the next quality performance from a 10K pitcher will be in 2026. Welcome to the perfect lineup where Josh Engleman and myself, Dave Loughran, try and take down a tournament. Can you hear it in my voice? The despair. Yet again, Yamamoto. But it wouldn't have mattered if we went with Garrett Crochet or Nathan Eovaldi up top. They all stunk yesterday, and that's what we're getting from these five-figure pitchers. Maybe we'll change it up today. Stick around to find out. Two pitchers, one stack. Let the single lineup sims do the rest of the work. And as always, if you guys, regardless of whether this lineup does well, we win, we lose, if you guys would like to get a free week of the MLB sims, leave a comment down below. Let us know who you think the highest scoring stack is going to be. And if you're right, guess what? That free week of the sims could be coming your way. If you're the only one to guess it, it will be coming your way. And on a big slate tonight, there's a big chance, a good chance that it could be you. Anyway, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. It's free to do, and we appreciate you for it. Let's get into the plays. All right, well, at SP1, I already said it. The 10K pitchers have been death for us lately. Does that mean you fade them entirely all the time? No, obviously, that's a fool's errand. You know what else has been a fool's errand? There's us playing them lately. But look, there's a 9K pitcher I do like today. Less ownership than guys like Freddie Peralta, Carlos Rodon, both of who look good. But we're going to go elsewhere. Jack Flaherty, great matchup today against the White Sox, team that seemingly always manages to destroy us if we're running out of lefty. We've learned from those mistakes. We don't even play lefties against the White Sox anymore, but struggle mightily against right-handed arms. And honestly, no team has a lower weighted on base average than the White Sox this year. It's bad. Only the Pirates have a lower WRC plus by a single point. And Chicago's striking out at the 5th highest clip against righties. So yeah, there's some concerns here with rain. Keep that in mind. Monitor. It's too early in the morning for me to just rule this game out. Like, everything could change. I'm recording this at 9:23 Eastern time. So a lot could change. Just monitor it leading up to lock. But one way or another, even though Flaherty hasn't been, the epitome of consistent this year, he has still maintained that same strikeout stuff that had him flirting with 30% K rate last year. He's at 29% in 2025. And there's a lot of win equity here. Tigers are almost minus 200 money line favorites. And the White Sox haven't even released a starting pitcher yet.
On a relatively low-scoring day, the Rays were able to become the #1 stack. Some late-game homers saved the day, and 11 of you got it right. So 11 of you have the chance to win a week of MLB DFS sims just for picking the Rays. It's that simple. And the wheel spin lets us know that Peter Nelson 9239, you are the winner of the free week. Email support@stokastic.com with a screenshot of this video and get your free week.
At SP2, here's a fun one. Like we say, get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because that's what you're going to get, especially once you get into these late months of the season. Look, with Nestor Cortez, we have seen a terrible start. We've seen an undesirable start, and we've seen an excellent start since being activated off the 60-day IL. But at 6,400, I think he's going to be pretty hard to ignore tonight at Oracle Park, because it limits home runs more than any park in the league that isn't located in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He's allowed an insane 6 home runs in 12 2/3 innings, 5 home runs in his first start against the Yankees, so whatever. But the extremely favorable park shift should really do him favors today, especially when you consider the fact that this Giants team has actually been one of the worst in the league against lefties all season long. They're bottom 8 in every fantasy relevant metric, WRC plus, ISO, WOBA, you name it. And they're striking out at the 4th highest clip against lefties. So it is naturally a really good spot. Does that mean he dominates? No, we've seen some serious up and downs in a trio of starts for Cortez. Obviously only a small sample to go off of, but despite the inauspicious start to his season, it's still, the stars appear to be aligning for this guy, or so we hope. But here's the thing. The Giants only have a 4.1 team total, right? Against the $6,400 pitcher. And the top pitchers tool over at Stokastic points towards Cortez as being just a great value. He's the 18th highest priced pitcher, but he has naturally the 2nd highest top 2 value percentage, but also the 8th highest top 2 pitcher probability on the slate. So you can go other places in this range, but it's a pretty ugly range despite the size of this slate. I'm going to roll the dice on a guy like Cortez at 6,400 and hope he can channel some of that stuff we've seen in the past, or even his second start of the season.
Yesterday, I took one for the team. I went with the Yankees, even though I hate the Yankees. And while they didn't have a ton of runs, no one did, but they did have a couple homers. They ended up as the 4th highest stack. And honestly, if you took them, you were probably happy. Today, we're taking the Yankees again. I'm going right back to them, and I might even like them more today than I did yesterday. Now, in the top stack tool, it looks very similar. This is going to sound, you might even think that I'm just playing the same audio as yesterday, but the pitcher will be different. The Yankees are 2nd in top stack. Perfect. Exactly what I'm looking for. They're 14th in top value. Again, no surprises. This is a big slate. They're super expensive. It's hard for them to be a good value. They're 7th in stack score. They are 5th in ownership and quite a bit lower than they were yesterday. So I think they line up even better. And the matchup is a dream. Thomas Hatch going for the Twins, and he's a complete nothing. Just not even worth a deep discussion, but I'll give you this. 90 innings pitched this season in AAA, a 20% K rate, and a 4.12 FIP. Again, that's AAA. He's 30 years old. He's thrown 74 major league innings since 2020. This guy is meaningless to the sport. He's actually the flat min today, which is interesting, but for a completely different reason. I am not threatened by him in any way. I want the Yankees bats. Obviously, you're probably going to get a little bit more on the left side. You've got Judge, you've got Volpe, and then the rest of it's coming from the left. Grisham, Rice, Bellinger, Chisholm, McMahon, Wells. We'll see what the actual lineup entails, but there's no shortage of power here. And as we mentioned yesterday, this is the 4th best park overall for homers, 11th for righties, 6th for lefties. They're 9th in WRC plus versus right-handed pitching. They're 5th in WRC plus when they're playing at home. Everything is in our favor today. Whatever we thought yesterday, I like it more today. It just feels disgusting picking the Yankees. And now there's nothing left to do but build the lineup in the single lineup simulator at Stokastic.com. We've loaded in Jack Flaherty. We're saving some salary with Nestor Cortez. And for this moment, I'm going with a Yankees 5-man of Wells, Chisholm, McMahon, Judge, and Grisham. We need a first baseman, a shortstop, and an outfielder, and we have about 4K per position to do it. This sets up pretty nicely. We're going to click complete this lineup to find out who are the optimal 3 plays. We get Everson Pajeda into the outfield spot, flat min, nice punt. Mason Wynn goes into the shortstop spot, and we pay up just a little bit at first to get Shohei Ohtani. So we've got Ohtani and Judge in this lineup. We've got $100 left over, but we need to know how it grades out. We'll click Run Lineup Simulation to do so. And we're in the green once again. 28% sim ROI, 0.2% chance for the win, 1.7% chance of a top 10 lineup, and a 32% cash rate. But you have a lot of options to move this stuff around and plenty of pay down pitchers. If you want even more power in your lineup, you can get away from Jack Flaherty and save some more salary. But I felt it yesterday and it worked out pretty well, save for Laffy's pitching. I feel it again today. This is a perfect lineup.